Oh, I broke the fucking stage. Oh. Why did I have those chicken tenders before? Thank you. Okay, you get up here. I won't be long. Jeez. Okay, wow, that was a great start. This is going to be good. New Jersey, you guys doing all right? Yeah, I'm not doing all right. What the fuck? Anybody have to work today? It's Friday, but anybody have to work today? Make some noise. Fuck work! Can I get a fuck work? Fuck work! Man, I gotta come up with a new excuse for calling out of work, you know? Because I feel like you could probably only come down with AIDS once so many times before it starts sounding fishy. I get it, I know, it's the oldest trick in the book. And that book is Magic Johnson's autobiography. Make some noise if you live in New Jersey. Make some noise. I used to live in Austin with most of the rest of the people on the lineup here. I recently moved up north, but when I was living in Austin, I was living in my car for a while. Anybody ever live in their car? Maybe have some fucking respect, though. When I was living in my car, people would say to me all the time, they'd say, man, that must be so hard, living in your car. What is the hardest part about living in your car? I think the hardest part about living in your car is easily the dinner parties. Because let me tell you, I can lay all the seats down, but even then I can only squeeze like maybe 13 people in there. And who knows if there'll be room for crock pots. When I was living in my car though, I never had any problems with the ladies. You know, it's like they say, once you go hatchback, you go bareback. Nowadays, I'm living in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Anybody familiar with Bushwick, Brooklyn? If you're not familiar, I didn't know this before I moved there. Apparently, it is one of the most woke parts of New York City. I know, I moved from Texas to one of the most woke parts of New York City. Everywhere I go in my neighborhood, everyone's like, hey, I'm protesting here. My dead name? Forget about it. Now, before I get any further in my set, I do want to use my platform, guys, to make a brief land acknowledgement. I acknowledge some of these jokes might not land. Thank you. Thank you, New Jersey. Thank you. I want to ask you guys a question. What does the geographical origin location of the COVID-19 virus and my wife cheering me on while I masturbate have in common? Woo, hon! Woo! Woo, hon! Woo. So far, so good. Okay. It's great to be doing stand-up comedy in front of you guys. You know, some people say that stand-up comedians are the last pillar of free speech in this country. You guys agree with that? Wow. Cool. I actually disagree. I actually think it's hibachi chefs. I went to a hibachi restaurant recently, one of the ones where they're cooking in front of you, they're doing tricks and flips and shit the whole time, and our chef was making all sorts of really racy jokes. Like at one point he made this volcano, right? He stacked all these onions on top of each other, and then he set it on fire and all these fucking flames shot out, right? It was awesome. Then after the fire, all this smoke and the steam came out. So he started driving around the stove like a train. It was kind of cool. And then at one point he just went, uh-oh, Asian driver, and he started crashing it into the noodles and the rice. He went way, way off topic at one point and asked us all what an Asian person's favorite Tom Cruise movie is. Yeah, I didn't know either, but apparently it's Eyes Wide Shut. And honestly, guys, I think the craziest part about all of that guy was white. New Jersey, make some noise if you voted in the election. I want to get to know you guys a little bit. Make some noise, don't be shy. Wow, okay, wow. Lots of Americans exercising their right to vote. That's beautiful, man. I also voted. I exercised my right. It's one of the only forms of exercise I do. And you know, we've had a lot of fun so far tonight, guys. But you know, as a comedian, it's important sometimes to say controversial things that might divide the room. Okay? So what I'm about to say, buckle up. Might ruffle some feathers. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I voted for her. Alright, I guess I'm the only one with fucking brains in the building. I did. I voted for her. I don't care what you think. I'm proud to stand up here on this partially broken stage and tell you that on election day, I went down to the polling locations and I waited in line all day. And it was a long line and a hot fucking day. And I don't care what any of you think. I went into that booth and I wrote down hot Tua, okay? Shit, can you imagine? A slut in the White House? Fuck. Hey, I bet she's such a slut she swallows at the dentist, huh? You know? Supposed to spit there. Imagine for a second if Hawk Tua had been the president back in January, for example, with the wildfires in California. Someone comes running into her office, Madam President, LA is on fire, what do we do? You gotta spit on that thing. When is Hollywood gonna make a movie about the Hawk Tua girl? When Hollywood makes a movie about the Hawk Tua girl, I will be buying a ticket on opening night. And I'll be jacking off in the back of the theater. Make some noise for Timmy No Brakes tonight, guys. Make some noise for Timmy No Brakes. You know, Tim and I actually go way back. And speaking of, this is actually true. Sorry, Tim. Tim was the first person to teach me how to masturbate. He demonstrated. Yeah, you could say he really showed me the ropes. Yeah, he was a great teacher. He was waxing on while I was whacking off. Okay. New Jersey, thank you. And Grandma told me she was going to come to the show tonight. Looks like Grandma fucking lied, you know? So if anybody sees a really fucking old lady, 6'5", 300 pounds, can you just let her? Can you let her in here? Who needs their grandma to tell some jokes, right? Right, New Jersey, right? Fuck that bitch. Back to the jokes. This is a good song. It's my song. My grandma loves this song. Back to the jokes. Okay, I got one. You ever notice how black people be like incredibly warm and kind, right? I love those guys. I don't care what my grandma says. Thank you. I love black people. I love all people, really. Give it up for all people. Give it up for all people. We got something here tonight. You know what I really love, man? I got a weakness. I'll say it right now. I got a weakness for Indian girls. Can I get some noise, New Jersey, for Indian girls? Hell yes, my brother, yes. Let me tell you guys, New Jersey, this one time I was hooking up with this Indian girl, and let's just say I tore her a new deli. Yeah, I was hooking up with this Indian girl once, and let me tell you, she had one hairy Krishna. Yeah, one time I got this Indian girl pregnant on accident, and let's just say, New Jersey, we had to have an arranged miscarriage. Thank you, New Jersey. Thank you so much. What movies are you guys watching right now at the moment? What movie? Shout out the title of the movie. Don't be shy. Okay, cool. What else we got? What other titles? Oh, I heard that was good. What else we got? Keep them coming. Classics. What else we got? What else? Did anybody say Snow White? I really need Snow White for this joke. Oh, wow. Okay. By sound of applause, make some noise if you saw the new Snow White remake. That's fine. Make some noise. That's fine. Make some noise if you plan to see the Snow White remake. So I understand we do not like the Snow White remake. You know, I get it. It feels lazy. I feel like Hollywood does this thing every several months where they take some old beloved TV show, book, movie, whatever, and they put one tiny little kind of arbitrary woke spin on something, and they pass it off as something else, right? Like, we won't notice, right? Right? They're doing it with The Little Mermaid, they did it with Velma, they did it with Lilo and Stitch. You guys hear about the new Harry Potter they're making? You guys didn't hear? They're making Harry Potter woke. They are. It's now the trans femme who lived. Hagrid's all like, "You're a woman, Harry. I'm asking, I want to be respectful." You can say goodbye to the lightning bolt because woke Harry Potter stars are emotional on the inside. There's going to be a lot more dark wizards running around, I can tell you that. Seriously though, let's quit fucking around. You guys aren't seeing the new Snow? You guys don't listen to that shit? Well, I've been working on something. I'm going to get out of here, but I'd love to run one final thing before I go. Can I do that in Jersey? Can I pitch something? I have been working on my own version of Snow White. I think you guys are going to love to hear this. This is a Snow White porn parody. Pretty cool, yes. I'm very excited about this. It's very clever. I've been working really hard. It's got a really smart title. It's going to be called Snow White and the 7 Dwarves Who Want a Bug. And let me tell you guys, in my version of Snow White, I promise you, she will be white. At least when we're done with her. You know what I'm talking about, brother? And unlike the cowards over at Disney, we're going to be using real little people. Get loud, New Jersey! Don't worry, though, ladies. Don't worry. They're only little in feet, not in inches. You know what I'm talking about? And instead of the dwarves all having stupid, dumbass names like Sleepy, Dopey, Grumpy, they're all going to be horny. Thank you, New Jersey. That was my time. My name is Ike Rafferty. If you're on Instagram, you can follow me at Ike